Alright, hey, you may know me from my two tutorials about how to use Streamlabs and shit, but I also have many hobbies that I normally automatically drop. But I've been working on sort of dev stuff lately, and so this is my dev journey so far. It's weird to call it dev stuff, but anyway, yeah. I literally just started to learn how to code recently, and this is what I've been doing, and this is how it's gone. So, first of all, I decided I would work on my dream game, which is based a lot off Backpack Hero, which I've been playing a lot of lately, and then I was like, actually, you know what, I'm gonna do all the art for this first. Why is it so small? Huh, that's what he said. Ready? Are you ready for the snack? Isn't he cute? So this little man here, he's a little happy, he's smug. He's sad. And then he's mad. Grumpy. Grumpy boy. And then I realized I have none of the skills required to make this game, so I stopped that. But not after I spent an exorbitant amount of time on just making pixel art for it. Just a crazy amount of time. After watching a gazillion amount of devlogs saying that you should never make your dream game first, I actually decided to take their advice, so I kinda like dumped all of this pixel art. After that, I decided to learn how to actually use Unity. We're gonna grab a window capture, we're gonna call this in Unity, and hopefully it'll find you. That ain't Unity. And so I reached out to a friend who knew a friend who knows how to use Unity, and they told me to use Unity Learn, which honestly I would advise because as helpful as YouTube tutorials are, they really don't take you to the basics, which are really essential, really essential. Like when you start Unity, you're just so fucking stupid with Unity. Right, you don't know what anything does at all. So watching Unity Learn was really helpful, and it took me through the start steps, and I made this tiny little game, like it's a pachinko game. It took me forever to code, but I ended up using the sprites that I made for my dream game, which I didn't actually decide to make. So this is kind of me working on it, and this is what it looks like. And I did eventually get it to completion. I'll put a link in the bottom, but it looks bad. It looks bad. Oh, you can see what we've managed to do. It's not what we wanted to do, but it's a thing. We didn't fix all the little oofs appearing because we just decided to give up on that. But we have this little man and we can pick him up and drag him around. It's not what we wanted. But, no! Fuck. Yeah. That's what we did. So I did a lot more of the Unity Learn stuff, and I eventually came to, like, the actual coding section, and I think it was either 3D coding or the coding section itself, but it was like, let's do this together, and I was like, okay, so this is just a whole set of me learning how to do 3D Unity. A lot of their Unity Learn courses are very overlapping, I find, so whilst the starting ones are really good to learn, after that point you do have to start going to YouTube tutorials. Anyway, that works, I guess. So after going through pretty much everything I could on Unity Learn and failing one of their tests because it was more about theory and I didn't retain as much knowledge as I could have. I think we're gonna call it a stream because this is melting me brain. Anyway, I'm still failed on that test. So it got up to the point where you do a personal project and it told you to fill in this document about it. So this is me just going through the document and what we're aiming to do. So it's a potion making game. Cause I don't know anyone who wouldn't enjoy making potions. So it's like a cat, a witch cat, who's making potions and try to make some potions. It's a very simple game. I think the programming is gonna be very hard though, based on what I feel like is needed, but we will see. So in the game I wanted to make as my first personal project, it's called Purfect Potions. Perfect spelled like the purr of a cat. And I wanted to be really cute, pixel, sort of nice and, cutesy, easy to play, easy to understand, and a very simple concept that I think could be expanded upon if I wanted to put more time and effort into it. So in Purfect Potions, all you have to do is mix your red, blue, green colors together to make the potion in the magic mirror, and then when you make that potion, you get a score, right? And it's a really simple concept. So I actually went through 3 or 4 stages of pixel art for this. Like, it's atrocious how many things I did for this. So I went for my first stage, and that's when I realized that I had a problem where I was probably going to be ending up with mixels, and I didn't want to know what mixels were at the time. But when I realized that, I went back to the drawing board and I redrew everything. And I redrew everything to be at, I think it was 32 by, like 32 to be the standard. But then I looked at it and I was like, actually, you know, I don't know if I like this style. Slash, I drew really, really creepy cat first, and then I redrew the cat so he looked a lot cuter. But then I was still like, I don't know if I like this. So I redrew everything again in 16-bit instead of 32-bit, and I sat there contemplating. I asked my sister which one looked better. She said she preferred the 32-bit, and I was like, I don't agree. So I ended up using the 16-bit. From there, I brought it all into Unity and started coding. I wanted to add like hover to each of the potions to make them wiggle, and any of the interactables I wanted to add some wiggle so you could hover over it and know you can interact with it. So I spent a lot of time doing that. Then I started working on the actually adding all the goddamn colors together to equal the color in the cauldron, which was quite a lot of effort, but it ended up working tolerably. Once I did that, I sort of wanted to start adding the things that make it look nice, so I animated a couple of things. I animated the cat blinking, I animated a little bit of the vines moving in the background, I animated just some little swirly lines. I do still need to animate more things, but I might do a devlog update on that. I want to add some bubbles to the top of the cauldron, as well as like changing the color of the top of the cauldron. Right now it doesn't really do that, but that's okay, you know? You progress, you evolve, you learn. I also added the book being able to pull out and open, and in the book you have your 3 different colors, so it shows you how much red, how much blue, and how much green you have added to your cauldron. I also added sound effects to the pouring, so you get 4 different sound effects you can get for pouring, and the pouring sounds will continue and loop until you have reached the maximum amount of color from that particular potion. I also decided I wanted to add like a success thing, so that, you know, when you click on the end potion and you're like, you know, you want a reward, you want the serotonin, so I added a nice little pop that comes out and a nice little sound that bites, a little sound bite, and then I was like, this actually sounds really quiet, so I added some background music. I'm not sure if tonally I like it right now, but it's kind of good once it builds up, but yeah, we'll see about that. And then after that, I had some problems with animating the book to open. I just still don't know what to do with that. I'm asking for help from a friend because I don't know what's wrong with my coding on that. I don't know what to do, but we will see. Anyway, the other things I want to still work on later are making more levels, making a tutorial, making an opening scene, and those are things I still have to learn how to do. Oh yeah, and I forgot to add, I'm also thinking of adding a pop-up once you get the potion within the parameters of correct to show you the accuracies you were with your blue, green, and red. Right now they pop up, I don't really like where I've placed them. I've asked for help from my sister again, because she's more like aesthetically inclined than me. So I'm like, I don't know where to put these pop-ups, and she said make them pop out of the cauldron, and I'm like, that's a lot of fucking effort. I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe I'll just make a, you know, like a thumbnail screen instead. But anyway, that's probably a devlog in the future, and I don't know how long I'll keep up the devlogs for, or if I'm even intending on doing any more devlogs. I just wanted to sort of chronicle the amount of progress I've made, because boy howdy, I've done a lot, and I feel like just seeing it all together and seeing all the changes I've made, it's crazy. And I hope that, you know, if people play the game, they have fun.